Hi everyone and welcome to Finnish Plate. If you grew up in Finland, you are familiar with Jaffa. It is an orange soda that is ubiquitous. In many places, if they do not have any other soda, they will have Jaffa to serve, especially for children. And if you got sick, your mom probably gave you some Jaffa to drink to make you feel better. This is probably one product that would bring a lot of childhood memories, especially expats that do not live in Finland anymore. So I figured I'm going to try to recreate this, see if it is possible to recreate that taste of Jaffa so you too can relive those moments of your childhood, maybe pass them on to your own children. So let's try it out. I don't know exactly when Jaffa came about in Finland, but it is definitely a classic flavor. I want to say that it predates even Coca-Cola in Finland or other cola products. That's probably why it's so popular year after year. Let's pop it open and let's pour it. It definitely has that very bright orangey smell to it and pretty big bubbles. Very uniform in color. Sweet. It has an orangey taste. I think that it actually contains, this actually contains actual orange juice. So that's why I'm going to try to make it. I have here some orange juice, no pulp. Some seltzer. Let's see what happens if I just mix orange juice and seltzer. I picked up this brand of seltzer specifically because they advertise that they have big bubbles. So let's try it. I have a measuring cup here so I can be a little bit more precise about measurements. I'm using 50 mils of orange juice. I can already see that the color is maybe not quite as bright. But color aside, as long as the taste is there. And 200 mils of seltzer. And it's interesting. Is there any color added to this? Yes, there is added color. So that's why it's so orange. So let's taste this. Let's see how taste compares. 50 mils of orange juice, 200 mils of seltzer. Not quite as strong. I think, definitely not as strong. So we need to up the amount of orange juice for sure. Let's do this again. Let's try this time. Let's try 100 mils of orange juice. Let me also make sure that this is shaken. There we go. 100 mils of orange juice. And I'll add 100 mils of seltzer. So half and half. Let me put this aside so I don't get confused with that. Let's pour this in. We're still not quite there, interestingly. Let's try again upping the amount of orange juice one more time. So my previous version was 1 part of orange juice, 1 part of seltzer. So let's try going even further up. 150 mils of orange juice. And now we'll add a mere 50 mils of seltzer. And let's see how this compares. I feel that it still needs a little bit sweetener. The orange juice that I have is pretty tart. Does this have added sugar? Oh, of course it does. Okay, we'll add a little bit of sugar. You can get simple syrup also pre-made, usually at the drinks aisle in a grocery store. It is a common ingredient in all kinds of cocktails. It's basically equal amounts of sugar and water. And now we'll just mix to combine. And we'll give this a couple minutes just to cool down so I'm not pouring hot liquid into my soda. You could cool it down quickly over an ice bath or something like that. So let me actually pour this back in since this was closest otherwise except the sweeteners. So let me add that was maybe about 2 teaspoons of simple sugar. Let's taste it now. Yes. I feel like it needs just a little bit more simple sugar. Or simple syrup, rather. Yeah. So I still have 200 mils of soda in here. And I'm going to add 2 more teaspoons rather, of simple syrup. I also have here some orange extract. So let's add some orange extract. I feel like there's a little bit of that orange flavor in it. Yeah. Let me measure out half a teaspoon. There we go. So now we have 150 mils of orange juice, 50 mils of soda, about 4 teaspoons of simple syrup, and half a teaspoon of orange extract. The color is not right, but I don't have any coloring anyway, so. Yes, this is very close to the original one now. I would say, unfortunately, it's getting a little flat from me doing that. But I would say, let's add just a tiny bit. So let's make it a full teaspoon of orange extract. Yes, that's it. That's definitely it. Okay. So, the final version. If you want to make Jaffa at home, get some orange juice. So this is for about 200 mils. You can, of course, scale it up to whatever quantity you want. 150 mils of orange juice. 50 mils of seltzer water. I'm using lemon flavored seltzer water here. Not sure if that makes a big difference. Maybe it does. And then we're going to add 4 teaspoons of simple syrup, which is basically just equal amounts of granulated sugar and water, and a full teaspoon of orange extract. The orange extract really was the key that makes it pop out as far as the orange flavor goes. Absolutely. There we go. So now you too can recreate the Jaffa at home and recreate those childhood memories. So let me know down in comments if you've tasted the orange Jaffa or any other Jaffa flavor that they have in Finland. How did you taste it? What did you think of it as a child? Actually, when I was a child, this was not my favorite at all. I hated it when a lot of places only had this soda and they had nothing else to offer children. But nowadays I actually kind of find it enjoyable, except it's not really readily available here in the US, of course. But let me know if you've tasted it, how did you like it? And also, if you end up recreating the Jaffa at home, how do you think it matches the original flavor? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Finish Your Plate.